We're finally back home this week against Bromley. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that the boys are happy to return back home. I think the pitch is a massive factor in that, and I feel that we've travelled now to St Albans, then Chester, then Guys. It's nice to come back and obviously play on the surface that we have to our disposal.
Bromley are a side you know very well, having come up with them just a few years ago. What type of test will they pose?
I've watched Gateshead, I've watched Woking, Terry Harris went and watched them against Dover in the FA Cup, and then we watched their maiden game on Tuesday. They got pace, they got a threat in forward areas, they're big and strong on set pieces. Yeah, I think they got quality across the board, but I say it all the time, it must get boring, but it's about what we do, it's about how we go about our business. We've dissected what their strengths and weaknesses are. We worked on a little bit in terms of the analyst stuff this morning, and the boys understand where we're going to go about our game plan, and if we play with a tempo and an energy like we have done at home, I think we move the ball with a purpose, and the pitch plays a massive part in that. So for me, it's fundamentally about us and how we go about our game plan.
Difference Tuesday though, it will be back to our game plan, our style of football, and a bit more nice on the eye, won't it?
I believe so. You look at Paul Cox, he's gone in there as his game plan isn't so much about ball on the floor, but it gets results. You see that when he was at Barron, again at Mansfield, and in their little 2 games they picked up 4 points, and it works for Paul Cox. I'm not going to say any different. You have different styles at this level. You look at Dover, who are currently sitting top of the tree, and Chris Kinnear has a style of football that I wouldn't personally like to play, but he gets results, and his record for me speaks volumes. But I'm hoping that we have a little bit more of an attractive game, especially playing Bromley. I think they look to try and play in areas, and especially us on Saturday, I'm going to want the boys to get it down. I want them to, like I say, play with a purpose and get the ball on the floor, because I think that when we do that, I think we're a match for any side.
Speaking of results, 2 wins and a draw certainly isn't bad from those 3 away games, is it?
Yeah, obviously one was in the cup, which was nice, just to progress, and obviously that gives us something to look forward to next week. But to go to Chester, who are fighting in terms of wanting to win, because they are in a relegation battle at the minute, and along with Guiseley. So to go on the road twice, away at Chester and away at Guiseley, and pick up 4 points, could we have picked up 6? I think, watching the footage back, that we'd done more than enough to win a game of football on Tuesday. Probably didn't have our ruthlessness in us in terms of putting the game to bed. I think you look at our stats compared to their stats, the amount of opportunities we had. It is frustrating that you wake up with only 1 point, but it's a 0-0 draw, which I've asked of the back line, especially, to try and get some clean sheets on the board. And for me, if we go about our business and marry up what we've done in spells against Chester, what we've done at Guiseley with the fight, and how we like to play at home, I think we can cause Bromley problems come Saturday.
Bromley, like us, are in and around the playoffs. It could be seen as quite an important match, couldn't it?
It is, because obviously we're both going into an FA Cup game on the Saturday, so the focus turns away from the league. So for us to go into it possibly in the playoffs, or them in the playoffs, I can imagine it'd be massive for confidence going into the FA Cup game. He's done a fantastic job there, Neil. Obviously they come up with us 3 years ago now. They obviously won it with us coming through the playoffs, and they've had a change in terms of personnel over the years, and like us, they're full-time model now. And I like Neil, I like him a lot, I like his backroom staff, and they try and play in a manner which I feel that we try and do. They've got pace in good areas, they've got a purpose to their attacking play, and I know Saturday's going to be no different from them. But no disrespect to Neil, as much as I enjoy his company, very much about how we go about our business and getting 3 points on Saturday.
That FA Cup match next Saturday will be an extra incentive for the lads to fight for their place in the lineup, though, won't it?
Yeah, I've obviously made a couple of changes on Tuesday against Guiseley. I felt that was needed, purely because we've travelled up to Chester and done an 8-hour round trip on the Saturday to do a 3 to 4 hour trip on the Tuesday, the day of the game. And I've just looked at the boys that went in, Turley and Ricky Shakes. I respect Turley started the first 5-6 games with us, and he was colossal, and he goes back in on Tuesday night and you get a clean sheet. Speaks volumes about the personnel we have at this football club. Yeah, no disrespect, I've not thought about Blackpool and the team that I'm putting out against Blackpool, so if any of the boys are, then I'll be very frustrated, because for me the purpose and the focus is Saturday against Bromley, and if they do what they're doing, then their performances will speak volumes. Yes, I want them to have a bit of an eye on it in terms of they need to keep their shirt, but fundamentally we're going to look to focus purely on Bromley until we land back in the building on Monday about Blackpool.